Welcome to the Deep Dive. So imagine getting your hands on a pitch for a new musical, one that's so provocative, you just have to talk about it immediately. That's exactly what we're doing today with Esseldale OZA. Feels, well, uncomfortably relevant. We got this detailed pitch sheet, and our mission is really to unpack its core ideas, the twists, and why it hits so hard right now. Let's just jump straight to the log line, because wow. In a world where fame is the ultimate currency and online outrage is the executioner's song, a brilliant young artist must sell her soul to a shadowy cabal of elites, only to discover that the price of her comeback is to become the monster she once feared. I mean, just sit with that for a second. Sell her soul, become the monster. What does that really hit you with first?
Well, it's intense, right? And the creators make it clear this isn't just some dramatic setup. They actually call it a dark satirical musical and a modern tragedy. It's meant to hold a mirror up, to these big anxieties we have today. And Starling, she's this ambitious singer-songwriter. Her journey is pretty shocking. The insight seems to be that sometimes success itself, this gilded dream, becomes the real prison. It forces her to face what she was afraid of becoming.
Yeah, and it kicks off with what looks like her big break, this dream gig. But there's a catch, a contract that ties her to this really mysterious, powerful agency. The pitch sheet calls the next year manufactured success. She's in a gilded cage. Sounds luxurious, maybe, but that cage part definitely feels controlling, stifling.
Exactly. And it doesn't take long in this gilded cage for the real deal to surface, which leads to this really pivotal, quite unsettling moment for her. She gets summoned to a secret ritual at, get this, the Bohemian Grove, which, for anyone listening who doesn't know, is a real, very secretive, elite gathering spot. And there, she apparently witnesses the terrifying, bloody price of influence.
Yeah.
You can just imagine the psychological hit. This isn't just plot. It's where her idealism gets completely shattered. The pitch really suggests this is the turning point, where that abstract price becomes horribly real for her.
Wow, yeah. That's like straight out of the thriller, isn't it? Makes you think about what influence actually costs. And after that, when she tries even a subtle rebellion, well, it doesn't go unnoticed. Her handlers, they basically engineer her public downfall. They call it a surreal, theatrical online court of cancellation, which, I mean, talks directly to themes of online mobs, cancel culture, but framed as this sort of like macabre public show.
And what's really interesting is it's not just punishment. It feels more like a cold, calculated test. Because after they strip everything away, the elite give her this choice. Either, disappear completely or engineer the downfall of Veronica Vale, who was her idol. Veronica's basically a cautionary tale for Starling about how to survive in that world. When you think about public figures today, how does that choice reflect the sort of transactional nature of identity now, especially online? It really pushes that question. How much of who we are online is actually us versus just a performance for everyone else?
So as this dark story plays out, what about the music itself? The pitch mentions it's pretty genre-bending.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just varied. It sounds like it's thematically driven. You get these pop theatrical anthems that pull you into the glamour, the fame, but then it shifts, sharp turns into dark jazz or these sinister funk parodies that kind of reflect the ugly truth underneath. Yeah. It's like the music itself mirrors her descent, this warped reality. They even mention specific numbers, like the signature, a seductive waltz for her Faustian bargain, selling her soul. And then there's the court of cancellation, which is apparently this aggressive, chaotic trial number for the online mob.
Okay, so pulling it all together,
right.
Why does this feel so important right now?
Well, the pitch nails it, I think. It taps directly into things we're all grappling with. The way talent becomes a commodity in influencer culture, the sheer speed and, frankly, danger of online mobs. And that underlying suspicion, that feeling that there are unseen systems, unseen forces kind of pulling the strings. It's got that sharp, cynical wit you see in Chicago, maybe. But mixed with the sort of modern myth-making of Hadestown, it feels like it wants to do more than just entertain. It wants to make us question our own part in this whole hyper-mediated thing.
And Starling. Her story ends with this triumphant, cynical return. But there's a final twist. It sounds like she doesn't just beat this system. She learns how to use it, becomes a master of its own dark rules, which leaves you wondering, is that really a win for her? Or is it just a deeper kind of corruption? So the takeaway here, Esseldale, seems like this chilling satirical reflection on success today, what we give up for it and how power can just twist everything.
And it leaves you with this thought, doesn't it? If identity is just a performance, like the musical suggests, what does it even mean when the script isn't yours and the audience is demanding a certain ending? Something definitely to chew on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Esseldale. Definitely keep thinking about these complex ideas